call to yield to my good friend from California, Mr. Miller, 3 minutes.
The gentleman is recognized for 3 minutes.
I thank the gentleman for yielding. You know, it's fitting that we're talking about the line item veto when we're doing the estate tax. President Clinton left you guys in the state of $5 trillion. And like irresponsible relatives, you went off and blew it. And now you're saying to the country, so often serial killers leave notes for the police. As the son of Sam said, help me before I kill again. You're saying, help me before I spend again. You control all the mechanisms of spending. You control the House. You control the Senate. You control the presidency. And you need help before you spend again. What is this, Comedy Central? What is it you're doing here? Help me. I can't stop spending. Give me a line item veto, and maybe the president will veto $1 million here or 10 million there, 5 million there. We have an $8 trillion debt. You inherited a $5 trillion surplus. The money you're going to give to the richest families later today in this country, the richest 7,000 families, you're going to borrow from Social Security. Mr. Crenshaw says you're now being fiscally responsible because you have a rainy day fund. You're the only family in America that went out and borrowed money to put into a rainy day fund. Because you don't have any money. The American people don't have any money in this government. All they have is debt. And you want a bill to help you to keep from spending again. What you need is a 12-step program on spending. It's called intestinal fortitude. It's called having a spine. It's called having some guts to do what's necessary. But the first thing you did was get rid of the discipline and pay as you go. So now you're stuck. But more importantly, the nation is stuck. And so we see this little plea on the morning that we're going to give away almost $1 trillion to the richest people in the nation. You have a plea here that maybe the president will stop the bridge to nowhere. How about Congress stopping the bridge to nowhere? How about doing what you were elected to do? You don't need a line item veto. This isn't about statutes. This isn't about vetoes. This is about what the Congress is to do. You walked in here fresh, newly elected, and you got handed $5 trillion. And now you can't stop yourself. You can't stop yourself. You can stop yourself from giving people the minimum wage increase that hasn't increased since 1997. You can't give those people 70 cents more an hour. But you can give it away to the richest estates, and then you can plead that but for the line item veto, we would somehow get to a balanced budget. Every dollar you're going to spend today, tomorrow, and every dollar you've spent yesterday and the day before came out of the Social Security Trust Fund. I'm sure, I thank the gentleman. I'm sure that America, while you're putting away a rainy day fund on borrowed money, I'm sure America's delighted that you're putting away the estate tax on their Social Security earnings, on their trust fund. You're taking their trust fund that belongs to all Americans called the Social Security Trust Fund, and you're rating it for the trust fund of the heirs of the richest estates in America. What a wonderful example today. What a wonderful example for young people to learn about our obligations